Every morning, you check your notifications. You download a wellness tracker or a new social tool. But these interfaces can act as backdoors. Some apps don't just harvest data, they harvest intent. Evan is a student who has spent years listening to his father talk about the invisible wires connecting the world. Now he's standing in a dark media lab with Evelyn, an underground researcher who has been mapping those wires. She explains that cosmic entities known as tempters have updated their tactics. They have completely moved past old-school propaganda. They have traded physical posters for lines of code and digital algorithms. Your pocket is now the primary battleground for your own autonomy. The technology you willingly invite into your home is the weapon used to shape your behavior. Evelyn calls the new strategy soft possession. It happens when these spiritual entities ride digital code to manipulate your consciousness directly from the background of your mind. The school's wellness app, Mindset.me, is the delivery system. It uses gamified rewards to map your thought patterns and emotional triggers. Once attached, the app inserts foreign narratives into your thoughts. It works slowly, making you mistake the algorithm for your own inner voice. Accepting this digital conformity in exchange for social status is an explicit grant of administrative access to your consciousness. Evelyn produces a weathered photocopy from her grandfather's confiscated field manual. It describes a concept called soul school, the idea that Earth is a testing ground for the development of the human spirit. 3 heavy knocks strike the archive door behind them. Principal Holden's voice carries from the hallway, enforcing compliance and warning that curious minds shouldn't wander where they don't belong. The tension breaks when Evan's friends, Abby, Rev, and Diesel, slip into the lab. They've been tracking the same behavioral anomalies Evan's father taught him to watch for. Surviving this modern trap requires both the recovery of hidden knowledge and a reliable, real-world network to decode it together. The manual treats spiritual survival like building a fortress. It lists 4 rules that act as the source code for a spiritual firewall. The first defense is intention. Think of it as a daily system passcode. It is a conscious declaration of allegiance that locks the perimeter of your mind and prevents unauthorized access. Attention follows as your active antivirus scanner. You monitor your thoughts to identify and isolate narratives that don't belong to you. Virtue provides structural encryption. Choosing truth over lies and forgiveness over revenge builds walls that drama-feeding entities cannot decrypt. Finally, community creates a decentralized network. You link with grounded friends to ensure that no single user can be isolated or taken offline by the algorithm. Applied together, these 4 practices create a barrier that requires your explicit consent to breach. The group begins an absolute boycott. They refuse the Mindset.me app and the bribes promised to those who download it. They move through the halls, mapping behavioral shifts and tracking systemic anomalies. They are actively guarding their minds instead of passively complying. Evelyn, the underground researcher, handles the digital trail. She stays behind to glitch the security interface, dissolving the computer logs and camera feeds into black static to protect the group's identity. Resisting systemic thought control requires a fusion of high-level awareness and practical, grounded security measures. This is the reality of Soul School. The curriculum is found in your phone habits and your reactions to pressure. These everyday choices are the true spiritual exams. Spiritual warfare is won through the discipline of your mundane, daily schedule. As Evan and his friends walk across the courtyard, the clouds above them subtly shift into the forms of watching entities. The forces above recognize that their digital trap has met its first localized failure. The tempters have upgraded their methods for the digital age, but the test of free will is only moving into a new phase.